Rock the Ripple. Rock the Ripple. The Rock the Ripple podcast with Narita McInnes.
Let's do this. Hello and welcome to another episode of the Rock the Ripple podcast. I'm your host, Narita McInnes. As always, it's so awesome to be here with you. And today, the sticky note that will build the foundation of our show today together it reads this: allow yourself to be a beginner. Don't compare your chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20. And I've also got scribbled on this same sticky note, I also heard recently that to be able to learn anything new, it's the first 20 hours. It's the first 20 hours where you will wrap your head around it all. And then you learn and grow from there. I mean, how cool is that? Really, you've got to allow yourself to suck at something before you can get any good at it, because that's how it is. And that's why we should never compare our chapter 3 to someone else's chapter 20, because they are in a totally different place to where we are at chapter 3. At chapter 3, we might have just gotten started. We've got a little bit of direction, and we see someone doing something similar to what we want to be doing. They're at chapter 20. They've sucked for years, perhaps. They've been crap. They've fallen down. They've gone back up, and they have gone through so much to get to that place. In fact, we won't ever know what they've gone through to get to that place. There are so many trials and tribulations along the way. And so if we're comparing ourselves to someone, to compare yourself is silly anyway, because we're all supposed to be exactly who we are. But and if it's just their results that we're comparing to, well, we're supposed to be exactly where we're meant to be. We're just going to wrap ourselves up in knots, and we're just going to hold ourselves back from doing the thing. And we might think, oh, well, I'm never going to be able to do that. Like, how come they can do it? I can't do it. Like, it's just silly. It's just silly. It doesn't help us. It doesn't serve us. And the thing is, you being at chapter 3, you're going to be able to help people who are at chapter 1 and chapter 2. That's the thing. And when you're at chapter 1, you're just starting out, and you can learn from someone else who's at chapter 2 or chapter 3. And when we let go of comparing ourselves and just allow us to be where we're supposed to be and enjoy the process along the way, it becomes fun. The adventure becomes fun. The adventure of life and doing the thing that we're here to do becomes fun. And it doesn't mean that we won't be faced with tough times and bumps in the road. That's going to happen as well. That's life. That is part of our human experience. But if we allow just to be where we are and to learn from where we are and accept where we are so that we can move forward to where we want to be going, that is a beautiful thing. And so what I had written down there, that I'd heard someone say that it takes 20 hours to learn something new, that's the hard slog that sometimes we put off because we don't know where to start. And so we don't start. Instead of just starting messy, just starting where we are and just going, all right, I have no idea what I'm doing here, but I'm just going to start learning. I'm going to watch a YouTube video and I'm going to start there. I'm going to learn how to play this instrument. I'm going to start there. I mean, and that's the thing too. An instrument is such a good way to look at this. We don't pick up a guitar having never played it before and expect to be able to riff some awesome riff and just rock out. We have to take the time to learn it. We have to practice. We have to allow ourselves to be a total beginner and just learn one chord at a time, one note at a time, or whatever it might be that we're doing. And that's the same with anything. If we're learning how to build a website, if we're learning how to write a book, if we're learning how to start a business, it doesn't matter what it is, we still have to play one note at a time, learn one thing at a time, and learn from those things so that we can become more adept in our field and in what it is that we want to be doing. And I think sometimes if we're comparing ourselves or if, we're looking at what everyone else is doing, we don't allow ourselves to just be the beginner and just start. And sometimes we just don't start, when really all we need to do is just take that first step and to realize that we're not going to be at chapter 20 starting at chapter 1 or wherever we are. We're going to be at exactly where we need to be, and our path will take as long as it needs to in order for us to do that thing, you know? So I guess that's why I had that scribbled there, because we can get caught up. We can think sometimes, far out, like, am I ever going to do this? But really appreciating the fact that, no, I'm exactly where I need to be, and here I'm going to learn. I'm going to just dedicate myself to doing this thing and to showing up for myself, because this is what I want to do. And sometimes it will be tricky, and you'll have days where you're pulling out your hair. I know that I've had those days when I've tried to learn something new, how to fix something on my website, or create something with the video that I didn't know how to do before, and had to troll through so many YouTube videos to work out how to do the damn thing. But now I know how to do it. Like, you think about the mechanic who worked for 20 years to know that when you bring in your car, you just need to have this thing twisted or taken out or replaced. It took him 20 years to know that, or however long it might have taken. And for you go in there and you benefit from his knowledge and what he's experienced. And so you can get your car fixed. And that's what's happening with you when you're doing your stuff. You're building the foundation of what it is that you came here to do. And when someone comes into your sphere, in your realm, they'll benefit from what you have to share, from what you've gone through. And that's why all of us have different experiences and different ways of viewing things. So we can all learn from each other, and we can experience our lives through the eyes of others when they can help us. But we experience our own life through our own eyes, through doing what we came here to do. So, yeah, in a roundabout way, coming back to the sticky note, we came here to experience all that we came here to experience. It's impossible for us to be the chapter 20 before we're at chapter 1. Now, I know some people like to skip to the end and see what happens, and that's awesome. You can do that, but then you don't have that depth underneath. You don't have that depth of knowledge, that wisdom, the everything that you needed to learn. I mean, you watch any movie, and there's always the journey where people learn along the way, and it's the hero's journey. It's learning what you need to learn in order to have the understanding, the vision, the depth of knowledge, the wisdom, everything that comes with it. And so it's almost like you don't want to fast forward to that point, because if you fast forward from chapter 3 to 20, you wouldn't have experienced everything along the way. You wouldn't have that, I guess, appreciation, not to mention the wisdom and the knowledge and the compassion and everything that you learn along the way wouldn't be as deep if you just fast forwarded to the end. And that's the thing too about life. Like, we don't fast forward to the end. We're not here, like Alan Watts says, we're not here just to start a song and get to the end of the song so it's done. We're here to dance and enjoy the dance, enjoy the music along the way. You know, you hear your favorite song and you don't want that song to end. You just want to enjoy it. And that's life. That's life as well. We're here to enjoy all the different tunes and notes, that everything that life presents to us. We're not here to win the race life and quickly get to the end. That's why, it's why would we think that way when we're here to experience this very moment? We're here to experience the whole picture, the whole picture of it all. Yeah. So anyway, I really hope that helped in some way, and maybe it didn't. Maybe it just got you thinking. Maybe you just thought, Rita, what do you want about today on this episode? Who knows? It doesn't matter. Today is all about tapping into the now moment and just knowing that wherever you are, you're exactly where you're meant to be. And I personally am so grateful that you're here. So thank you for being here. If you love these little ditties and these little Rock the Ripple podcast shows, please go ahead and subscribe wherever you're listening or watching to this episode. And if you want to connect with me, you can do so over Instagram at Narita McInnes, or at my website, naridamckinnis.com. Everything is in the description below or in the show notes. If you are watching this, give it a like and subscribe. And just thank you again for being here. And also, if you have a sticky note that you'd love for me to jam on, please share that in the comments as well, or send me a DM over on Instagram or on my website as well. So again, thanks for being here, and I look forward to catching up with you next time.